appreciate everybody's time. I think you have our proposal in front of us. That's correct with the talking points. Last year, and it was obviously a little bit different process. We weren't in person with it. But one thing that pretty convicted about in my 18 months here is anything we can do from an athletic perspective to collaboratively build that bridge with the student body, and have, certainly had Will in my office multiple times, and his predecessor Jackson, and just reaching out to student leaders, whether in Greek or residential life or some other areas, obviously within our Student Athlete Advisory Council, which is a registered student organization on campus. So anything we can do to ingrain in the fabric, and rather this year than just, I feel like we have opportunities on campus with campus partners. I thought it was great last year to utilize the Under Armour relationship to kind of kick off football season and do the student giveaway. And I feel like anytime I still see shirts walking around campus, that it was a successful endeavor, because there's no better value than free, especially for a student. But this year, I kind of felt like it might be a better time to take a little bit of a step back, and say, rather than just kind of the motherhood apple pie free t-shirt that everybody likes to give away, let's take that next step with really engaging the student body with our program. And one thing that, I've been fortunate to have a chance to present to groups at other institutions where I've been privileged to serve in situations like this. And the one thing that I think always makes a successful student service fee partnership is the opportunity where we show that we're investing in it as well. And so that's why we put together the economics as best you can, obviously, on trying to get a bus estimate 6-7 months out. but the chance where we have a couple of regional rivalries this year in both football and basketball, and taking a bus trip to Tarleton State, which certainly our fans are very, very familiar with. I'd also throw out the alternative, possibly looking at Midwestern State, but we'll do the crawl, walk, run mentality, because it's something that the student may not want to waste, or not waste, but may not want to utilize their gas money, or times may be tight. But anything we can do to motivate a little bit of school spirit. Midwestern State brought a student bus over this year. It was our only loss at home in football. So I'd like to turn the tide on a couple of our conference opponents, and show them that we can bring it bigger and better and louder. So it's a comprehensive, it'll be a comprehensive trip, as you would see there, with meals included. We would work out on our end the game tickets and maybe some spirit items and those type of things. But it's really a chance, like I said, to just further that student engagement. And tie it a little bit more, and some numbers that we didn't include in the proposal. Really excited. We averaged just over 1,800 students last year at football. It was the first time we'd ever used scanners at the stadium, so it did a couple things. One, it gave us an accurate number of who was coming to the games, and it also prevented that, not that obviously anyone in here would do this, but that 2013 student that might still have the ID laying around and wanted to come to the football game for free. So it gave us better numbers, and when the average is over 1,800, that obviously means we had games where we were closer to 2,500, and then the opener, which may or may not, have on a Thursday night, that may only have, 12 or 1,300. So I thought we did a great job having bigger and better plans this year for on-campus and student marketing. And I think this is a way to maybe engender it a little bit, where it's not just the 5 home games, because the beauty of doing the Tarleton trip, that's at the end of the year, so we have the 5 home dates to promote it. Under 5.
Okay.
That's hard for me to do, Tim.
Let's open up questions for Tim.
So I'll start off. Coming to mind, I think my first question when looking over this is, why not go ahead and pull it out of the annual athletics budget? I mean, obviously you have the department who charges a fee, you have revenue, you have endowments, you charge for parking and tailgate spaces. Surely athletics would have the money to pay to send chartered buses to the final game, yes or no?
No, because a couple things, and you guys know this right now with our current athletic fee. When we're the lowest athletic fee in not only the system, but among publics in the state, at $10.99, the dollars are spoken for. The endowments are spoken for. Those go directly back into helping fund our scholarship bills. So the pulling out of endowment, just to take your question layer by layer, the endowment is not an option. So because those have to be spoken for in scholarships, or we really can't function, because we wouldn't be able to recruit, we wouldn't be recruiting on a level playing field for other student athletes. The one thing I would say to your question, we added through, we can't control geography. We're on the eastern tip of the Lone Star Conference now, which, despite being the Lone Star, we have schools in 3 states. So it's the same geography, and the Big 12 has 10 members and the Big 10 has 14. So conference geography and logic went out the window a long time ago. But our Lone Star Conference that stretches over 3 states, I'll say this, we added last year Permian Basin in western New Mexico and Panhandle State football with no increased athletic budget, no increase in fee, no increase in operational dollars in that line item. So from a travel perspective, bless you, from a travel perspective, it's even tighter. So I certainly understand the question, why couldn't you just take out of your marketing budget and do that? Well, then we don't get the market. And I would say this is certainly indirect marketing, because like we said at the top, it engenders student pride. It's a collaborative investment in our student body and that partnership with athletics, but it's not something that is just that we can play a shell game with in that regard.
I'm just looking through the budget items. If you cut out the cell phone, everybody gets a t-shirt, it looks like. If you cut out the cell phone wallet and the pom-poms to both things, you'd save roughly $1,900. Would you be able to live with that, once we cut without?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we wanted to present kind of a comprehensive what it would look like, because frankly, I feel like if we couldn't absorb that amount, which again would be tight, but we could go to an existing corporate partner, someone outside of the student. The primary request in this is the assistance with the actual transportation and a little bit of the meal piece that would be incurred, because those are things that I feel like are directly reinvested back in the student. The other stuff is sort of an ancillary benefit of making the commitment to get on the bus.
Will increase the school spirit a lot.
Sure.
Absolutely. Why is it $19 a shirt for 150 shirts seems exorbitant? Yeah, that was my next question. Well, yes, you have to go on your own. But, and that's what they're charging, they're charging $19 a shirt. That seems crazy for 150 shirts.
I mean, that was, I think, with front and back, with
Okay, maybe
embroidered.
2 colors or
Yeah.
Oh,
something.
yes.
I mean, we
Yeah,
can, that's turnkey. That's not just the cost of the blank shirt. That's.
Well,
two
no, I
colors.
understand. I do order a lot of shirts myself, but that just seems, I guess perhaps it's the Under Armour.
Yeah.
So I think one thing that is a bit of a hang up for me, although that could certainly change with clarification, is within this first paragraph you talk about an all-inclusive student spirit bus, but then in the next paragraph, using the mobile app, we will conduct a competition. I think the victors and the vanquished of competition don't necessarily seem to be the embodiment of something which is all-inclusive. Obviously, people with more spirit would be the victors, people with less spirit or commitments during football games, what have you, would be the vanquished, so to speak, so they're not necessarily able then to partake in this, so the competition is how it's determined who gets to go, rather than, say, a blind drawing of people who've swiped into a football game.
Yeah, I think the base layer answer there is the app is an insurance policy that we would have takers. The last thing you want to do is host a student spirit bus and have 23 people, sign up for it. So it would not be in any way, shape, or form exclusive. The app would be a mechanism that we could use to promote it, and it would also be a mechanism that if you didn't have the app previously, if you would download it, go in and check in, it will give us an idea of affinity and interest, but we can certainly use other forms. We can use SGA directly, we can use this committee, we can use groups, we can use, music, professional organizations, any affinity group on campus that has a voice. I don't think it would be at all, well, I know it would be an exclusive process. This would be one way in terms of direct marketing, because with our Lion Rewards app, we already do touch a significant amount of invested students that have demonstrated having an affinity for athletics and enjoying going to games because it's a chance to win more prizes. So I think that was more in there for content purposes to show that we have a plan to help market this. We would just push it back on the students.
Just kind of wanted to drill down, I think in the basketball trip, is that while the football, you said it has an average of about 18,000 per game, or 1,800 per game.
If we had 18,000, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. 1,800 per game on average. Now, I feel as if, and this is just from, I guess, deductive reasons, that basketball, since it's in the spring, since there's like a different mentality, different approach, it isn't as heavily attended as the football games. Am I correct?
I would say over the course of the season, yeah, for a couple of reasons. I think basketball having more home dates, more conflict. Football's got it more established. Tailgating, there's the football home game day has become an event here.
Right.
And basketball, certainly we're trying to create that, build the field house 2 years in a row, doing an education day with area parks. So as we start to build basketball as more of an event, I think it helps. And the reason we put it on here, frankly, for the basketball championships is to get, we're going to be an hour and a half away. So besides us and Tarleton, we have a chance to have a significant home court advantage, get students excited, for some that have never been, and what next year will be Dr. Pepper Center in Frisco. A chance to showcase that program, and certainly with, women's basketball coming off 20 wins and then coming off of an NCAA regional, having a new coach, a chance to really promote spirit and goodwill in a different form. So then at this time next year, coming off of that, hey, this is another area, from a student perspective, this is another area of campus that I've not really been exposed to.
And so how many times have we gone to the LC tournament in basketball? I know that we went 2 years ago, but I'm not really experienced with that. So could you?
Yeah, we have a 9-year streak of qualifying on the men's side, and 6 or 7 year streak of qualifying on the women's side. The top 8 go to the conference tournament.
Tim, I got a twofer.
Yes, sir.
What
As long as
is,
my bunny ears behind you doesn't cut me off.
oh, you got the bunny ears? I didn't see that.
I didn't give anybody here. But we have a minute 45.
If you only got part of this funding, what's the impact to what you're trying to do? And then secondarily, is there a way to collaborate with other departments to do this, to get?
My short answer to that is, I would really like from this group, it would make it much easier if we had certainly the funding to cover the actual ground transportation and the meal piece, and then let us fill in with what we can, because we're going to partners throughout the year on a lot of different initiatives. We're going to try to, again, we're not cutting out the t-shirt giveaway. Again, we're going to still give away the things to students this year at football games. But like I said, I thought it might be disingenuous to come to this committee and ask for, make it Groundhog Day and ask for the exact same thing. So if we don't get, if we don't get approved for close to the ground transportation and meal amount, it'd probably be hard to make it take, and we just have to go a different route. Or not offer it.
One quick question left.
What were your numbers for last year? I noticed that you got funding for the same thing last year. How many students ended up going on the Spirit Bus?
We didn't get to do the bus. We did. It was all the Under Armour first football game.
Oh, okay, so that was.
And we
so that was the
we gave away every. Yeah, we were able to give away every
Would y'all entertain an idea instead of doing a box lunch and then a box dinner with Sodexo? Participants who go maybe do like a throwback to the 50s or something and encourage everybody to make their own sack lunch. I mean, I know that sounds kind of cheesy in a way, but if we're really tying into our institutional history, you know, like when my grandma was at Baylor, you know, they do stuff like that when they're going to football games. You know, I mean, you saw me and my family were at the Western New Mexico game, and that was all out of pocket to go watch the
Right.
Lions there. So I think maybe we could get some personal contribution from students going to defray some of these costs that we don't necessarily have to incur if we can avoid it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could look at that. I think, again, that's more, you know, some goodwill with Sodexo. That's a catering opportunity they don't always have. And the way our Sodexo contract is uniquely positioned, it benefits us to invest in that if it makes it turnkey. Because my experience with the generation of most of our student body that might be interested in this, it's their preference to get out of bed Saturday morning or early afternoon, get on the bus and have a turnkey experience of
Yes.
their food being right there and ready to go.
And we're out of time. Thank you very much.